What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I am Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew and Kenny. Today, we've got a cool-ass video for you. We got a versus, and it's a Friday the 13th versus.
Happy Friday the 13th, guys.
Happy Friday the 13th. We're doing Friday the 13th, Part 2 versus Friday the 13th, Part 4. It's next. All right, what is up, guys? We're here for a Friday versus on Friday the 13th. This is going to be cool as shit. Love these movies. We all love these movies.
Oh, yeah.
These are two of the strongest in the franchise, and I think that's universally thought of.
Yeah. Me and you would throw 6 in there, but I don't think Kenny would because he doesn't like Tommy in that one.
Yeah, some people wouldn't throw 6 in there.
Tommy's a bitch.
That's definitely going to be an interesting video later if we ever do that. I think we've already talked about that before, but I would love to argue about that again. So Part 2, Friday the 13th Part 2 comes out in 1981, just a year after the first one, directed by Steve Miner. Comes in at $21.7 million in the box office on a $1.25 million budget, so pretty successful. Pretty
killed
awesome. Hence the reason why so many of these copycat slashers from Halloween and then even after the copycats of Friday the 13th did so well because, I mean, you just make money, man. You just make money. No matter how good they are, you just repeat the formula and you make money. Part 4 comes out in 1984, directed by Joseph Zito with a budget of $2.2 million. It comes in $33 million.
Man.
So it also did well.
Also did very well. And 3 was kind of a mixed bag. It was successful, but it was like, nah. And you know, they had the 3D elements and stuff that kind of hindered the atmosphere and the tone of the movie. And they brought all that back in this one. And yeah, so both amazing movies, both great movies. We're gonna determine today which one is gonna win in this head to head here.
Yeah,
so it could be interesting. Categories are as normal for the most part. We're gonna talk about story. We're gonna talk about setting, acting, kills, and scare factor. That's kind of our normal for these verses, horror verses. And we'll kind of, with acting, we'll kind of mix in best group of kids or counselors, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And scare factor, we'll kind of talk about the Jasons, the difference of the Jasons and what we like better. We're not going to go over the plots of these movies. I don't really think we need to.
If you're a horror fan and you're here, you know the plots.
You
to these
probably
movies.
have seen these movies, these movies, and you know the plots. And everyone knows who Jenny is, and the Jarvis family.
Yep.
And so we're gonna just go into it. So what do you guys think story wise? What do you prefer? Who wants to go first?
I always take story first. Go ahead, Kenny.
I think I'm going to go with Friday 2.
Friday 2?
Yes.
Okay. Would you care to elaborate, or are you just gonna just say 2 or whatever?
I don't want to elaborate.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's go 2.
That's fine. Okay, 2. I mean, it's I think that's what I'm going to go as well. I love 4, and I love the moving parts of 4. I love all the characters in 4. I love the Jarvis family, obviously. Everybody loves the Jarvis family. You know, Corey Feldman's there, and you know that's an interesting thing. You got the Tommy Jarvis character to kick off of that. As much as I love them, I love everything else in the movie more. Whereas in this one here, I like the setting of Jenny being a student in child psychology. It still has the formula kind of from the first movie, where they're still counselors. They're still trying to get ready for a summer camp.
They're in counselor training.
They're getting ready for these kids. They haven't showed up yet, and Jason is now there, and he is getting revenge on his mother's death, who was the killer in the first movie. Jason is not who he becomes yet, but it's still kind of the introduction to him. And I just think there's a lot of importance in all that. I think, and I just kind of like the scary story, you know, the urban legend kind of type thing that they do at the beginning with the campfire.
Yeah.
Even though it's corny as hell.
It is, but those are awesome.
But they're awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't want to scare you guys, but I got to be straight with you about Jason. And but it's I don't know. There's just something about 2.
It's got a charm
that I like more about that than 4.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 2 as well.
Which takes it, but it's a 3-way sweep because I'm going 2 on this one. There's some wonky things in both of these movies when you look at them. The whole beginning of 2, I am not a fan of. I start that movie the new counselors driving up the road.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jason should have any idea where Alice is from the first movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And that whole part is just wonky. But at the same time, the whole deal that they were doing at the end of 4 where Jason's killer aura gets passed on to Corey and you got that freeze frame, I just roll my eyes at that every time I watch it. So
Yeah.
they've got their bugaboos, but like I was saying when you were talking, Chew's got that charm, and I think it's tighter.
Yeah, and I think it all falls on that Jenny character, doesn't it? I mean, really,
a lot of it
just has to do with that, and then that's what. And I know that's going to be more. That's a little separate from acting and the rest of the counselors, but I think that has a lot to do with it.
They leave some things to the imagination in that movie too, like what happened to Paul.
Still don't know what happened to Paul.
Yeah,
guys.
because it with being in that dream sequence thing at the end and we getting wheeled out. Yeah, you just
Muffy.
44 years later, and we don't know what has happened to Paul.
We can assume that he's alive. Now, I think he is alive, and I want to say I thought I'd done this for my video, but I think somebody mentioned, maybe it's Dead Meat even may have mentioned that when the newscast come on,
the number of casualties,
the number of casualties didn't match up with Paul's death. I think Paul would be the only one that would be referenced to, because they think they gave the specific number of kids who died in that time frame, because this all took place in like
a couple of days,
a few days.
Yeah,
and a couple of days. And so at the beginning of 3, they didn't mention the number didn't match up with the number of characters in. So I think Paul would have lived. That's kind of what I'm going with. So Paul's out there somewhere.
Yes, I wonder if him and Ginny ever continued their romance.
I don't know.
Did they get married? Did they have kids?
Unless she just went straight to the loony bin, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so Friday 2 takes that one. And let us know in the comments below what you all think of Paul's fate, and what you guys think about the story and what you would choose. We're going to setting. So you've got two different areas of the woods here.
Lake Packanack, I believe, is part
like
2.
Something like that. But you've got an actual like campground. You've got accounts like a
Packanack Lodge is what
something
it's called.
like that. Yeah. And you got the lodge that they're in, the long flight of steps and the beachfront there. And in 4, you got a lake, but really they're off the lake, and it's 2 houses right next to each other.
The Jarvis house.
The Jarvis house, and then the other vacation house or whatever right next. Which I kind of really like. I've always said this. I like the 2 houses next to each other. I kind of like that. This one, and this might depend on my day. So
I love 2, and I love the setting of 2, but those 2 houses in the lake, I think I'm going 4. Yeah. On setting for this one. I like the setting. They're doing stuff kind of up in the hills. They're jogging up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like that whole valley that they're in.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one was just almost a carbon copy of the first movie, with better told.
Yeah, just the other side of the lake, maybe.
Yeah, just the other side, and then you add Jason into the mix instead of Pam. So there's a little bit better story being told, and it's setting up kind of the groundwork for the rest of the franchise. It's very important, and there's a better set of kids. But with the setting wise, it's not much different.
No,
than the first one. You're still on the lakefront. Right. You're still on the campground. This one here provides us some body of water, so you can kind of
more than 3
days, yeah. And then you got those 2 houses, which I think is cool. I'm inclined to agree with you. I think I'm going to go forward with this as well. I've always liked that.
Yeah, same. Sweet. It's just got a cooler vibe.
Yeah, it does.
I think it does.
Friday 4 takes number 2. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of setting, and if you would choose Friday Part 2 or 4 on that. Okay, acting. We're talking. You can factor in, the group of kids and the side characters and all that, and what you prefer, on top of the, the actual acting chops that these kids have. I think personally, I love Jenny in 2, and I like Paul. You got Crazy Ralph in there, who was obviously returning from the first one.
I like Ted telling all the stupid jokes, and he's the smartest guy in the movie. He stayed back at the bar.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do.
Survived.
But I think I'm going to have to go with 4 on this. and that's one thing I think I even mentioned in my solo video, is they actually put out a little bit of an effort to find some decent enough actors, these kids who actually could act a little bit better and give them a little, and not that, but they would write the characters a little bit better too. So I think Crispin Glover's in there.
Yep.
The Doublemint twins. It's so bad I can't remember half these people's names and the characters' names. But I think just overall the acting and the group of kids is better in 4. And I have to lean towards that because I'm not including just the final girl in this.
Right.
Or whatever.
I'll let Kenny be the tiebreaker in this one because I hear everybody say that about 4. I just don't like any of the kids. Maybe that doesn't entirely go to acting. I find the kids in 2 just more endearing to me. And I don't know how much of that, like I said, goes to acting, but I'm going to have to go to, as much as they did make a concerted effort to hire actors for 4. I don't know. There's just some connection I have with those characters for some reason.
Well, it's just the formula is a little different too. You've got more or less, you got the red shirts act like red shirts, even though there's a little bit, they're written a little bit better and they act better. They're more the party crowd, and I don't know. Maybe they're all kind of the same. I think they're just not as diverse. I don't think as because you've got Mark in the wheelchair too.
Yeah,
and you've got the thirsty girl
who's after him in the wheelchair.
After him in the wheelchair, and then you've got and then you got the hot chick, which is Terry.
Yeah,
and then you got the super hot chick, and then the guy who's lusting after her, and
the 2 kids, that John Bon Jovi and his girl that get the double penetration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That shouldn't. Yeah, she's the one that's not of age.
Caught some fire for that one.
Yeah, they have they all have their pros and their cons, I think.
Yeah,
but I just feel like I think maybe just the overall vibe to me feels
better in 4
better
for you.
In 4 for me.
Yeah, I can dig it.
I'm going 2.
Going 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's one of those things. I'm not mad either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's an argument that I hear all the time is like, yeah, the 4 they made a concerted effort to write them better. But I'm just like, I just don't, because I've always put these 2 movies kind of at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just don't feel the same connection to them as I do in 2.
Right.
But let us know in the comments what you think on that one.
Maybe some of that depends on your preference of movie or your bias. I don't know. I have a new appreciation for 2. You're a big fan of 2. It's like your favorite movie. It always
it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Yeah, and it always has been.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're definitely going to have that tendency to lean that way too. But I get it. I like both of them. It's not the easiest thing to break down.
No, you're talking about Mark in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
His last name is Jarvis.
Oh wow,
really?
Mark Jarvis.
Really?
That's interesting.
Any relation? They never mention it.
No,
they never talk about
probably
it.
Not. And they probably didn't even think of it
because you've got, Steve Miner did 2 and 3, and then Zito did 4.
Mm-hmm.
So there had been somebody on the production team, that stayed there. And
we need a last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jarvis.
Yeah, Jarvis. Anybody else? Anything else to say about these?
Nah.
Okay, so let us know in the comments once again what you think on acting, and obviously the group of kids and side characters, what you think is better between 2 and 4. Let's move on to the kills.
This is going to be the hardest one.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
So I think. Ooh. Well, you guys can go first. One of you guys can go first.
Well, top kills into. We'll just get into it. Mark in the wheelchair.
Yes.
Is brutal and funny, even though it shouldn't be.
Right.
And I love that kill so much.
I love it. I love the kill so much, but I just hate that freeze frame.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's so cheesy. I hate freeze frames.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you got the double penetration kill in the bed, which I believe might have been the first time that was ever done in a movie. That might have been predated by something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I know. Jason's death was pretty brutal in that dream sequence with the machete through the neck.
Yes.
The hammer claw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
1981 was the year for that.
Yeah, the hammer claws.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween 2 did it better.
Deputy got that, didn't he?
Yeah. Halloween 2 did it better.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think especially with the sound effects.
That's so sick. Sickening.
Yeah. So are you picking? You know?
Well, I was talking it out because I really don't know
okay,
yet.
So,
Well, two of the most iconic kills in this whole entire franchise
Or in this.
are in both of these movies.
yeah.
Has anybody seen the corkscrew?
Ted, the corkscrew.
Corkscrew. I love that one. Another machete to the face, similar to Mark. Or as a hatchet, wasn't it? It was like a
The meat cleaver.
Meat cleaver.
Yeah,
it was a
man.
meat cleaver. That's what it was. Meat cleaver. Gruesome. Dude, the impaling from underneath the raft of the chick, even though the acting was kind of rough,
it was bad.
it was kind of a gross kill. It was it kind of stuck with you. The stone kids kill through the
projector screen.
That was kind of
It's
funny.
weird, too. It was a weird scene.
It was a weird scene.
Throwing the double mint girls out the window.
Yeah, he throwing her out the window and the car exploding, and it's throwing the other one up against the wall, like basically impaling her to the wall, just manhandling her. The weakest one, obviously, is Mrs. Jarvis' death because it was completely off
screen. Don't do that to us.
The best one in the entire movie, aside from the corkscrew, is probably Jason sliding down that machete.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was Tom Savini all the way, which he didn't do too.
You also got Axel and the nurse at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Because he turned his head around and sawed it, and then the other one got the knife to the gut, and kind of ripped up. I mean, it was kind of gross.
Yeah, Savini did 4. He didn't want to come back for 2 because he thought the story had already been told in 1, so he went to do The Burning instead.
Yeah,
and that came out that same year.
Yeah,
so you can definitely tell his effects in 4.
Yes, we're back in full. Yeah, because you had the banana hitchhiker too.
Yeah.
Man, I really don't know on this one. What do you guys got?
Man, I don't know because I'm going off.
Well,
I'm having to go off the 2 face shots.
You've got some strong. You got a couple strong. You got 3 strong kills in 2, right? Aside from Jason, and you've got at least 2 or 3 strong kills.
He's killing me.
Oh, that's the worst.
He's killing me.
It's not good. Yeah, that's not good either. But on the other, you've got you've got bad deaths in 2 too, right? Like in there another one that's pretty bad too.
I was trying to think. Oh, there is one where the one guy gets the dull side of the machete across his neck while he's hung.
Yeah.
In the
the dull side of the machete. Yeah, I think what's his name getting killed, and he's killing me.
Rob.
Kristen Baker's character also gets killed off screen.
Oh, in 2?
In 2.
Yeah, where she just kind of walks off.
She finds the dude strung up.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then
she turns into him
and
and
you don't see
screams,
nothing.
and then
Yeah.
So they both got 2 lackluster off screen kills in them.
Yeah, and then you add Rob's character.
Who's killing me? Yeah.
Who's killing me?
I'm going 2, even though
It's with a little bit of a heavy heart.
it is because Jimmy's, corkscrew
It's so good.
is so good.
And then Jason's death is so good.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of that raft kill. Just the face she makes isn't my favorite.
But Mark's death and
That's the best.
dude.
To me, that's the best death in the franchise. That or the sleeping bag.
It's so
Sleeping bags.
Yeah.
It's
just that it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
At least with Jimmy's, he got the corkscrew through the hand.
Yeah, he was kind of
You
asking
were
for
aware he was dying.
It just didn't make much sense. I just couldn't tell where the hell it come from.
Mark's deal was a situation
There's
where
nobody behind him.
shots
and
from behind.
There was nobody behind, no one in front of him. And it's just out of, like, he just appeared out of thin air and just right in the face. It was a gruesome death, but it didn't make any sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But are you talking about Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So leading up to that, like, it shows like maybe somebody's creeping up behind him. But in those movies, I mean, half the time it's another friend.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just it's not what you think it is.
Shot. It's a POV shot. But I don't know. It's just something weird about
No, it
that.
just came out of nowhere.
And where the hell was Jason at?
Man.
Because the camera kept looking in front and behind him, and he's like, he's not there. And all of a sudden, whoop, he's gone. And it was a cool death, but it just didn't make any sense.
The sound it made, too, was just...
Somebody chopped a watermelon.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to go 4, I think. Okay. I think there's some things in 2 I love. I think I like 4 a little bit better, and I love Jason's death at the end of 4.
Yeah, that's good.
Sliding down. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go 4.
I'm going to go 2, and I hate to do that because that gives us a winner already. But I'm going to have to go 2 because, like I said, Mark's kill is so good.
It is. And like I said, Jimmy, those are the 2 best kills in the franchise.
Yeah.
That I think.
Yeah.
Those kills are awesome.
And that kill through the bed, I think is fantastic. And then how he just kind of drags. Well, is it Vicky, the girl that's trying to, you want to toke, and he's dragging her down the stairs. I like that whole scene.
Yeah. Well, so I guess Friday 2 is going to take the win on this one already. So, like I said, what do you guys got for scare factor?
It's funny that I've gone so heavy Friday 2 because I think 4 is the far scarier movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's all chalked up to Ted White and his portrayal of Jason.
Yeah.
When he busts through that freaking door and just stands there.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, this movie's dark. This movie's got dark moments, and it's got great scenes.
And it's storming.
It's just there's a lot of different stuff that plays out in the setting that's really, really good about the scare factor in 4. The setting, the feeling, the atmosphere is so much better, I think, in 4 than it is in 2. There's some scary moments about 2 with Jason. You know, like the whole chase scene with him and Jenny at the end and her peeing and stuff. That was great. But there's just something about him being he look like just some backwoods hillbilly.
Yeah,
just pales in comparison.
It's not as intimidating.
Than this Jason here.
Yeah. Well,
he's not full
don't
on.
have the iconic look yet.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's just even just the way he moves about. You know, it's just real clunky and hill-like. You know, like it's just like a Neanderthal.
What makes the Jenny chase good is Harry Manfredini's score. The dun 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 dun. The violins through everything.
Yeah, not the acting.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. This is the other way around. Ted White did a masterful job in this. I would say Friday 4 was definitely scarier.
I think all 3 of us went 4.
Yeah.
Him chasing, is it Trish? Him chasing her between the 2 houses with the lightning going off is freaking.
Yeah, and he's still running in this too. Like
and she's got her little brother to worry about as well.
Yeah.
So it's more frightening.
Yeah.
Right.
There.
Right. I'd have to say this is an easy pick. So that leaves us 2-3. Friday 2, it takes the win on this versus. Let us know in the comments whether you guys agree or not. I would still probably lean personally. I would lean 4.
Yeah, I couldn't blame you for that.
But yeah, I think 2 is very strong still. Probably can't go wrong with either movie.
No, both awesome.
So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. You know, sound off. I want to hear all you guys' opinions on these categories. What you guys would choose for each one. Overall, what your winner would be. Be sure to like and subscribe. That way you don't miss anything down in the future. What do we have next for Versus we were talking about?
So next time me and Kenny were talking, we're going to do some Jim Cameron movies. 2 of his best movies of all time. And we're talking Avatar and Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh,
jackpot.
Okay.
No, we're talking Terminator 2 and Aliens.
Oh, thank God.
The real jackpot.
Okay.
Sorry if you wanted to see the other one.
Jesus Christ. I don't have 7 hours to watch these movies.
That's the real horror right there.
Yeah, I don't have 7 hours to watch those movies again. I've already watched them, but I don't remember enough of 2 to give a shit.
I never watched it.
The first one's okay.
I don't hate them as much as you guys do, but I'm not like huge fans. My daughter loves them.
I would need to watch them again in order to do anything remotely decent as far as the video goes, and I don't want to.
But we were talking.
I don't want to.
Doing this, we're not only talking 2 of Jim Cameron's best movies, but also like the 2 best sequels.
Terminator 2 and Aliens.
Oh yeah.
And we're also talking 2 of my 2 movies that are in my top 5.
Oh yeah,
of
all time. Yeah, right.
So anytime we get to do that, it's a fucking
sure.
blast. So.
Sure. Well, that's definitely something to look forward to then. So, be looking forward to that, and go watch Friday 2 and 4, and let us know what you all think in the comments. Until next time.
We're out of here.